continue to get yourself strong, to get support groups so you can learn about this addiction. Don't let your life crash.
There is a purpose and worth to each and every life.
This is not how it's supposed to be.
The most important thing for you to do if you're near a politician, grab their hand, grab their arm and say, listen, no more bull S. No more. It's been going on for too long. We've got to do something to get out in front of this disease.
This is what is going on. This is killing our children. This is a form of terrorism. We got to stop it.
We're doing whatever we can to help, but
tragedy of overdose death is preventable.
Started with a prescription from his doctor, 120 15 milligram oxys for a slight pain in his knee. That's where it all started.
Can't tell you what unimaginable pain this is every day.
But it's strong. The addiction and the it's very, very strong.
Fentanyl laced heroin. His first dance with the devil. We sent him right to a long-term facility. Had to send him to Pennsylvania because he didn't fit the criteria for Jersey, which was he wasn't suicidal. I said, what's not suicidal about heroin? And they had no answer for that.
Right now, the disease is out front and we're all chasing it. And we can't catch it. We cannot catch it. People are dying left and right. So what's it all about? What it's all about is a system that allowed it to happen. So, all you people out there who have the power politically to help, you gotta do it now. You have to.
You have to get together and stay together and be as one.
We are allowing an opportunity for the pain and the grief and the shame to flee. We will not accept that darkness in any of us any longer.
Don't die. Let that addiction or that death be something that lifts you up and gives you the power in the street to say, it's going to stop here. I'm going to be the one to break that chain.
We want you to know that there are places to go for help.
I've lost both of my brothers, my little brother and my older brother, to opioids. It's a crisis that's just being looked at now, but it's been a crisis for some time now. Big Pharma has just got a grasp and a grip on the political system here in New Jersey. I just can't even explain how frustrating it is that people that are trying to get medicine that is natural, less side effects, doesn't equal any deaths, is taking a backseat to these opioids and all these pills that are being doled out in monumental numbers by the pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah, the opium epidemic is insane. I know so many people who are losing their children to, prescription medicines and to heroin. It makes no sense to me why anybody would ever even think about doing heroin when they know how addictive and deadly it is. I think a lot of it has to do with the government lying to people and saying, marijuana, it's Schedule 1, it's harmful to the body, it's addictive, it has no medical purposes. These are all lies. So kids are experimenting and they're finding out that, hey, this doesn't do that. What are they talking about? I feel better, my pain is gone. And they must be lying about the other things too. Or they go to the doctors and the doctor prescribes them these deadly, dangerous painkillers and they get addicted to them. And then they end up taking too many. It becomes an addiction problem and they become either, sick or side effects from that, or they can even die from it. So it makes no sense to me why marijuana is not legal when it can stop the opium epidemic.
Yes, hi. We have a problem here in New Jersey with opiates and people overdosing. And I saw that it's Overdose Awareness Day, and we're doing a podcast right outside Chris Christie's office. And Chris Christie has a medical cannabis program in New Jersey, and he's not mentioning it. And I think you should talk about it because I was on opiates for 10 years and I got off opiates using medical cannabis. And I think it should be something that's on the table talked about. Are you guys talking about medical cannabis as an exit drug for opiates?
Are you trying to look for services for yourself?
Yes, I'm trying to help other people get off of opiates using cannabis. Do you guys talk about cannabis at all to patients or no? See?
We're not a direct treatment center.
Oh, okay. So you would refer me to a treatment center, maybe? Is that what would happen?
Okay, hold on one second. I'm going to transfer you to
Don't challenge them. Don't tell them you're going to vote them out of office. Don't make unnecessary threats. Go educate.
Okay, well, Governor Christie, I see that you attended the PGA tour. That's you and your wife right there.
House veteran suicides, 22 a day is too many.
A disaster like 9/11 can certainly suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, and you know, any traumatic event really can trigger post-traumatic stress disorder.
You got a pen from the governor?
This is the one for S2345.
And look at him now. He testified and he told the governor to pen. That's a beautiful thing.
Really?
The one you signed.
Am I pretty? Am I pretty? I swear if I was white, I'd be red from blushing.
It's like Christmas Day. I know.
Welcome back, Governor. We're still smiling. You ought to listen to a replay of this podcast. You're coming off looking pretty good with us.
Mr. Christie, I would really love to have lunch with you. Are you available for lunch? I'm hungry.
Now that Christie signed that bill, what it means is that veterans in the state of New Jersey can now be recommended by the VA doctor.
And we welcome the governor. It looked like a movie set and we were the first ones there.
Started selling the cones off today. As if, you know, we're all done with them. And it's like actually, brother, anyway. Again, thanks for being such a good sport.
And then he's saying, I love you guys and your commitment. There is no point to the cones then, absolutely. And I absolutely agree. And we're going to sell them off. Yeah.
Fundraiser.
It kind of went viral.
What happened?
What'd you do?
Well, you guys been following it all. I mean,
I was in a restaurant and came on the big screen.
No chicken wings after 11.
Yeah.
That's where it all started.
Yeah.
Y'all know that. They
Yeah.
came in, the city police could not read the city statute.
Yeah.
And I suffered from it.
Yeah. And then when you proven right, you embarrassed them.
But the whole time I was saying I was right.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, but I was the crazy guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come back to first principles. First and foremost, this is a social justice issue. We have the widest white, non-white gap of persons incarcerated in America. It's not the only reason, but a big reason is low-end drug crimes, and we have to face up to that. Secondly, on marijuana, the concerns as well as the attractions are not party to one political party or another. There are concerns that people have, which I accept and understand, but it's clear as a bell to me what the right way is going forward, given the alternatives.
I see one more, then we gotta get back here. I have a question, just to follow on.
Here's what I know to expect, because after all, they're all politicians. It's going to be an adventure.